Big exciting news as Hazard Pay is not only back on, but now indications you could get $10,000. Wait a second, you said just earlier today that, Mitch is never going to do $10,000. Well, guess what? Mitch might be gone. And instead, in exchange for Mitch, you swap me for Mitch and I give you $10,000. What's going on, LALATE? Oh my God, you see how things break by the minute. And boy, it's an exciting day as Mitch McConnell may be on the out and Hazard Pay may be on the in with $10,000 landing in your hands. This is big money, and this is Purple. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. This is LALATE, and boy, exciting developments as Hazard Pay is not back on, but on real big, bold, beautiful $10,000 Hazard Pay for my Uber and Lyft drivers, for my construction, for my delivery workers, for my grocery workers. Oh my God! And then how about the remainder of the $10,000 EIDL grant? Let's get that too. That's back on as well. If you've not subscribed, please subscribe because, boy, there's incredible breaking developments on this channel by the minute. There's a reason why I record so much, because there's so many breaking developments, and this is news coming in just minutes ago. Also, like this video. I'm going taped, I'm going live, and, I'm going upside down and left side right. In this video, I'll be going over why Hazard Pay could be back on, not just in a small, little, watered-down, narrowly tailored amount, but a big, bold, beautiful $10,000. How about some remainder of EIDL grant? $10,000 landing in your bank account. Oh my God, you need this money. You're so deserving of this money, and it could finally be coming to you in a big chunk, not a little watered down. And this amid the news as lockdowns are announced across the country. Let's get to the breaking news. The breaking news as you sit here today is that everything changed just minutes ago, as the state of Georgia fell to a Democratic presidential candidate. Joe Biden has taken the state of Georgia. And what that means is now the two Senate races in Georgia, yes, there's now two. Initially, there was one yesterday. Minutes ago, we learned that both Senate races will be going to a runoff. If they both go Democratic on January 5th, Mitch McConnell's gone. Gone as majority leader. And guess what drives the truck right in? $10,000 Hazard Pay. Everything that Joe wants to give you, frontline workers, $10,000 in your bank account just for now, and there could be more later. What the hell is going on, LALATE? Let me go over with the details. The details are the following: that the state of Georgia just minutes ago determined that not one but two Senate races will go to a runoff. What is a runoff? It means a second election. It's because they didn't get 50% of the vote. The state requires them to get 50% of the vote. So both races have to go to a second time, a second vote. That second vote is on January 5th. January 5th will determine who is the senator for both of those two races. If both races go Democratic, Mitch McConnell can say, bye Fox News. Mitch McConnell can say, Lobsters, you want to take me in because I sort of need something? And Mitch McConnell may have to get, a room at the Temple Doom. Mitch McConnell may have to, stay with the hairdresser that does those bad hairstyles. Mitch McConnell is in trouble. Let me explain what's going on. The current dynamic by mathematical calculation is Mitch McConnell is the majority leader of the Senate currently, and for the re-elected Senate, he's still the majority leader because he's up by by 2 seats. Well, there's 2 seats outstanding. And if both those seats come in Democratic, then it's a tie. It means it's a tie. What happens when there's exactly half Republican and half Democrat in the Senate? The vice president breaks the tie. And that vice president will be Senator Harris. The election results have been certified, and Senator Harris is your next VP. She would break the tie. This means that anything that Joe Biden wants for Hazard Pay would be landing in your bank account, and it could be the full $10,000. Let me make this even clearer. If Joe Biden wants hazard pay to be $20,000, you're going to get $20,000 hazard pay. If Joe Biden wants to ensure that everyone at Walmart, at Costco, and Walgreens gets hazard pay, because we talk about on this channel, we're confused, is it covered, is it not covered? If he says that they're included because if so long as you have groceries in there somewhere in the business, I will include that as hazard pay, it's in there. If he wants to have it so that the employer applies, not the employee applies, not the employer, because he's watching this channel, because he wears a purple tie, because, you know, he talks about purple, then you would get that as well. What happens when all houses of Congress are the same party as the president? There's no negotiations. It's simply what he wants. It's no longer what Mitch wants, because Mitch would not be the majority controlling party. This is categorically incredible. 24 hours ago, well, not even 24 hours ago, this morning I said, you know, Mitch will do hazard pay. He's just not going to do $10,000. I said that just a couple times. I said, Mitch will do hazard pay. He'll pay you hazard pay. He's just not going to give you $10,000. That's what I said this morning. I said, he'll give you, you know, a couple $1,000s. And he'll pay you as a frontline worker. And I said the most two important things that you talk about when you talk about hazard pay right now, that's what I said in the morning, is ensure that the employee can apply, ensure that there's enough eligibility window for applying, and try to get as high as you can get it, because Mitch doesn't want to go that high. Well, guess what? If both Senate races go Democratic, Mitch can't say, I don't like $10,000. It will be the law, because it'll get passed by the Democratic tie in the Senate. All Democrats would vote in favor of it, all Republicans would vote against it, and Senator Harris, VP-elect Harris, would break the tie, and it'll get passed. Oh my goodness, how much is this? It's $10,000. Is there something that waters it down? Yes. There's different versions of the bill, but the latest version that I saw is that says if you made over $100,000 last year, then you would only get $5,000. But if you made less than $100,000 last year, you would get the full $10,000 if you've worked that number of hours. How do you calculate this? Where does it go? Where does it come? How does this? You're excited like I am. Let me go over the details. You take your window of employment period, anytime from January 27, 2020, this year, all the way to 60 days after the pandemic ends. Well, the pandemic's not ending until, you know, April, May next year. So that's about July next year. Okay. You have to work, you take the number of hours you worked, calculate them up, include overtime, include part-time, include laid off time, include furloughing. Fired, doesn't matter. If you're fired, laid off, include all that hourly wage. And then you take the number and times it by $13 an hour. What do you get? What do you get? 20,000? Okay, you get $10,000. What do you get? You get $8,000? Okay, you'll get an $8,000 check, and then you'll continue to get checks at $13 an hour until you get to $10,000. Bottom line is that if you work enough hours from that to that date, you're getting $10,000. $10,000. And as I do in all the other videos, I got to do in this one, it does not cancel out something else. There's no catch. There's no like return label that you got to fill out. There's no like qualification based upon, blue hair with green eyes. No. There's none of that. This is not in replacement to a stimulus check. You get this and everything else. You get this. You get all these wonderful things. Here's an example. You worked as a grocery store worker during the pandemic and then got laid off. Then you got unemployment assistance. Then it ran out. Then you got a stimulus check. Then you're waiting for the stimulus check. So now you're sitting back saying, what am I going to get? You're going to get stimulus checks. You're going to get extension of brand new FPUC. And you're going to get hazard pay. You're going to get all of that. All. A-L-L. Like that detergent. It's really smells beautiful. Just wonderful. Yes. All. Isn't that a wonderful word? All for you. You can have it your way and eat it too. What is that? What is that? What is that? Is it Burger King? Have it your way? Yes, you can have it your way. This is incredible, great news. So what you need to be doing is on Purple Power is on social media, be pushing to make sure that they get rid of that very bad provision, because it's a bad provision, that says the employer applies for you. Hopefully you've not tuned away yet, because this is one of the number one questions I get. How do I apply for it? What's the application? Where's the website? Where do I go do that? Where do I get this? How do I get this? Let's focus. This is how you do it. So how do I get this? Where do I get this? Where's the website? How do I apply? Where do I apply? That's the number one question I get for hazard pay. I get it every day. I get it every hour. And I answer, and then they're like, oh, well, As one person said today, can you explain it again? And I explain it again, and then they're like, why do you repeat it yourself? So get ready. I'm going to repeat myself. There is no website to apply for hazard pay. Second, there's no application for you to apply for hazard pay. Third, it's not written that you apply for hazard pay. You're like, what? I'm like, yes. So who applies for me? Your employer. That person I can't stand, my boss applies for me. I quit that job, that horrible person. He applies for me? Yes. Well, now you see why you have to be on social media tagging Joe and tagging this transition team. Change that provision. No one wants their boss to apply for $10,000 for you. Guess what? Your boss doesn't get the $10,000, but you want the $10,000. Do you think they're going to go get it for you? Well, no. In most cases, the boss would qualify for the $10,000 as well. But here's the problem. I mean, a lot of people, the boss is no longer around because the business has gone bankrupt, or the business shut down. It's on lockdown, or they fired you, so you're not on good terms with the boss, or you quit, or you're furloughed, or maybe you cheated on someone, ran off with the boss's wife or something like that, went and appeared on a reality show, and then dated the boss's daughter, and then that's another show. So there's all these reasons why the boss may not apply for you. And that's why the bill needs to be changed, because it's not a good provision. The provision says the boss may apply for you. May. You mean like the month? No, like May, like it's up to them. What? Yes, it's not a good provision. And you need to get that changed. And you need to be on social media and tagging Joe Biden with hashtag Purple Power Hazard Pay. Say, wait a second. I'm entitled to this money. I don't want someone to maybe decide whether they do it or not. I need $10,000 right now. I just watched 9 minutes of this video. I should be entitled to $10,000 because it's mine, and the boss doesn't sort of want to do it. What are you talking about? Yes, the Temple of Doom, who says she's very proud of her legislative efforts, couldn't write. I was about to say something. Couldn't write it well by putting that horrible provision in there. Say you need to tag Joe and say, Joe, you may need to have it mandatory that the employees apply for it, not discretionary that the boss applies for it. All right, how about EIDL grant? Oh my goodness, this is so exciting. The remainder of your $10,000 EIDL grant. Guess who's gone in January? Well, along with, Jovita Carranza. She's going. She'll be working the scarf counter at Neiman Marcus. That's where, a next gig for her. And with her scarves goes the question about what happens to the remainder of your $10,000 grant. Well, Chuck Schumer will be a new majority head of the Senate, and he's the one who wrote a gazillion letters to her saying, hey, pay the remainder of the $10,000 grant. You didn't file CARES Act 1, and all you need to do is tell us, give you more money. We'll give you more money. You just send it out. So imagine all my thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of viewers who never got their $10,000 grant, maybe not even got their grant. I have viewers who never got grant, period. I have viewers who never got the grant, or got a watered down grant, or got one of the businesses got the grant, but the other business didn't get the grant, or got 1,000, or got, they made a calculation error on the number of employees, didn't get anything. I have a lot of people that are waiting for that remainder $10,000 grant. That could be coming to you as well. Joe Biden with a Democratic Senate would tee up to get the remainder of the $10,000 grant, because the new bill that Joe has EIDL grants in there, but presumably they would also fix the grants because the same people who wrote the bill also wrote Jovita to fix the existing grants. It just keeps on getting better and better. And for that reason, you got to tune in for Being a Mitch, which is 30 minutes after this. And if I have energy, stream, and stimulus, go to the Funnest channel, subscribe, because no one's getting you through this pandemic better than I. Breaking news by the minute. Also, like this video. As always, stay informed, stay smiling, and save that life for more.